الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على أسرة سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وسلم تسليما قال رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي واجعل لي وزيرا من أهلي هارون أخي اشدد به أشري وأشركه في أمري إن ذنبك كثيرا ونشكرك كثيرا إنك كنت بنا بشيرا قال قد أوتيت سؤلك يا موسى آمين. You're welcome back onto your spiritual program on Friday turning. That is what some people usually refer to, because it's a platform to reach out on what are the modalities of Islam on every facet of human life. As we have always said that there is nothing that Allah doesn't talk about in the Holy Quran. That is why the Quran is referred to as the only compendium of knowledge relating to everything. Then having the exemplary leader, the most exemplary leader for the whole universe. Because when you are talking about Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was the leader of this world, of the whole universe, of those before him and those we as well, we that are still living this religion of Islam, which is a platform for every human race. There are some parts in the Holy Quran that talks about religion. There are some parts that talk about humanity, interpersonal relationship. It gives the Christians their right. It gives the idolaters their right. It gives Muslims their right. That is why it is only when you make reference to this religion that you can live a fulfilling one. I want to welcome you back onto to the studio with my guest. We started the topic last week, but we were unable to accomplish them. I'm still in the studio with my guests, Madam Yusuf. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Yes, popularly known as Al-Azhari and Al-Mintiki. Let me call it that way in order not to waste our time. When we say Al-Mintiki, everybody knows the person we are referring to. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Yes, the verse that we have been using, and that is the verse that we are going to continue using throughout the world. Almighty say, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Qad kana lakum fi rasulillahi uswatun hasana liman kana yarji'u Allah wal yawmal akhir wa dhakara kathira. We have been using this verse for about 2 weeks ago, because whatever you want to do in life, anybody, even irrespective of religion, you must take a cue from Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Look at education. I want us to take it to start from education. Let me start from Al-Azhari. We want to start from education. What are the lessons that Muslim or the whole world? Let us generalize it, because Prophet Muhammad was sent to the whole world, not to Muslims only, not to a particular country only, not to a particular nation only. What are the lessons that the whole world can learn? As to strike was called up a few days ago. Then they are still talking about work and pay. Then there is likely, we pray that it doesn't come up. Then there may be somehow they have to resolve the fracas between the federal government and the ASU relating to some time that it didn't work. Now, what does Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, if he was advised to come and mediate in this dilemma that Nigeria is, particularly education, what do you think that Prophet Muhammad has said, has predicted, as a solution to this problem?
Alhamdulillah. Summa salatu wa salam ala rasulillah sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi amma ba'd. We thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, our caretaker, who is in charge of everything, who is in charge of the universe, that has deemed it fit to send the Prophet Muhammad to every mankind. Even remembering the fact that Prophet Muhammad was sent to the whole world, we are supposed to thank Allah for it. It's a rahmah. Illa rahmatan lil alamin. The Prophet Muhammad is a rahmah for the whole world. It's a blessing for the whole world. And that is why we could tap from the unlimited knowledge of the Prophet Muhammad. Anything that you want to achieve on this surface of that, just make reference to Prophet Muhammad, and you are going to see it. If you have not seen it, it means you haven't learned about it. Once you learn about it, you are going to gain it. Education. You know, the foundation of our Islam today is nothing but education. But the fact is that today, which type of education was the Prophet Muhammad the companions towards, and every Muslim? And which type of education are we talking about today? Because it has been reiterated in different verses in the Quran, where even Almighty Allah wanted to send the Prophet Muhammad to start his messengership. The first thing he told him is to go and know. Ikra. Go and learn about your Lord. Because it is that Allah that will guide you. If at all you want to achieve, it is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that is going to guide you to achieve. You could not have achieved if you are not in piety. If you are not swimming in the pool of piety, forget the achievement. Bismillah. Learn about your Lord. Learn about your Lord. And the Almighty Allah that has created you. Go and know about Him. Today, total definition from the piety of Allah, from knowing about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and diverting to another thing, is one of the problems we are facing today. Take for instance, if you go by the way of Sharia, some people will offend them. Because what does Sharia say when you don't work? And what does Sharia say when you work? Those are the things we compare together. But those people that in the position of authority, what has been the obstacle, or shall I say, what are the problem they are facing, or the problem they have created for this nation? Because as people in authority, what are the things you are supposed to do? What are the functions you are supposed to charge for your followers? It is because we lack something. And what's that thing? Al-Adil. We are not just. That was why when Almighty Allah wanted to send the Prophet Muhammad, he said, "Inna Allah ya'murukum." Almighty Allah has commanded you to be just to everybody. Bil adil. Be just to everybody. Be just to be insan with goodness. Be just to them. Be very. Look, remember the time of the Prophet of Umar radiallahu, during the leadership of the Umar radiallahu, somebody was looking for Umar, and Umar was relaxing under a particular tree. He said, when he met the man, he said he was looking for the Amur Limumin. He said, "Here is Amur Limumin. I am the one." He said, "What gave you that impression? To sleep under the tree without thinking somebody is going to behead you, or that your head is going to be removed." Lonely. He said, "Because I'm just to my people. I'm just to my people. So I'm free to walk in the town without any security. I'm free to walk in the town without any problem because I'm just to my people." So if the government, if the people in authority has been judged to everybody, there won't be problem. And that is why the type of education we are talking about is the education that involves the fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Where everybody, where you go, where you go and learn this. Today, look at what the Prophet Muhammad propagated to the youth during his own lifetime. Al-amali, al-iman, ta'alama bil-amali, wa-amali bi. Learn and work with it. Today we are learning, we are not working alongside with what we are learning today. Even the problem, the education the education of nowadays is not enough to provide the solution to our problems. What problem has it solved in our society? The education. People go to school after being that cannot be practiced. That is the problem. But that during the time of the Prophet Muhammad, what they learned was that they were able to put into the practice. So they put it into the practice. They achieve it. Even that is not education. When you have learned something and you cannot put it into the practice, that is one of something we are lacking. That is lacking from today's education. So something we are learning that we cannot put into the practice. And after all, look at the numbers of the graduates we have today. They have started the orientation now. Then where are those people going? There is no follow on orientation. What you have told us is that having graduated, then we are going to secure a job. But if at all you want to change anything, you have to incorporate that. That is why some people claim today that Nigerian education today is a scam. That is what people say. Do you say today? Go and sit among you. They will tell you it is a scam. Why should we be wasting our time?
Let me go to Al-Mintiki. Yes, you are a trained teacher. You are a trained teacher. You are a trained malam. You are a ustad. Now I want you to look at the curriculum you are using in school. You are working in public secondary school. Yes, the curriculum you are using, is it up to the level that can develop the country?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم صلاة الله وسلام على رسول الله. The curriculum, if it has to be, people designing curriculum has to be questioned. Are they really in class? Do they really know what is happening in the society before designing any curriculum to work with? So these are the first set of questions that we have to come before we now go into the curriculum. Because the curriculum cannot be fault without saying, because curriculum is what somebody puts down, and it's what that person have an experience of that he will put down. Now, people who are preparing the curriculum, are they really in town? Are they really in classes? So the children of the common man who doesn't have opportunity of traveling abroad are being being blended with all these archaic curriculum. Because we are in the 21st century, we are supposed to be working in line with what the society is needed, such that after even secondary school education, an individual will be able to stand that I have gained something. So this is what education in the real sense is supposed to be working towards. That is number one.
Madam, before you go, Al-Azhar University happens to be the first university in the world. Nobody should doubt that one. That's the first university confirmed. Yes, the curriculum that was set, because those who established it, they were all Muslims.
Of course.
Okay, that means that education comes from Islam. Now, the curriculum used in that very university and many other universities across the world, how can you compare it? Then relating to what we are using it. Is it in tandem? Can we just say, you can say that Islam starts before Western education? That is the real fact. Then, the curriculum that was designed by Prophet Muhammad that he used then when you compare it to the curriculum we are using in all phases of Islamic institutions nowadays, then can we say that that one is also archaic, like the one we are following now?
Alhamdulillah, like my colleague rightly said, the curriculum set by the Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the one that is supposed to be practiced virtually everywhere in the world. And those countries that are practicing it, be it religious country or liberal one, because directly or indirectly, virtually every side of the world are following what. So it is only the country or nation that service interest comes first that are still lacking behind, such that certain part of the curriculum are reasonable. So, but in its real sense, the material needed to carry out teachings and make learning more easier, and to make learning bring out, because when we are talking about learning, so we are used to be particular about permanent change in behavior. So for somebody to learn, for learning to take place, some things have to be put in place. So the era of teaching theoretically has gone.
Has gone. So I appreciate that. That is how we are in the realm of practical education.
Of course.
Now, practical education. I want to come to you again. Practical education, is it part of Islam, or do we revise our own curriculum, because the one laid down by Prophet Muhammad over 1,000 years ago, are we revising it or revising the Quran? That is because that is our compendium of knowledge.
Of course.
Then what are we revising our own curriculum?
Alhamdulillah. In fact, let us appreciate that the Prophet Muhammad was sent to us. The real experimentation that was supposed to be demonstrated on the field was never demonstrated inside the room by the Prophet Muhammad. He really put the right peg in the round hole, the square peg in the square hole during his own time. When he wanted to teach the companions the performance of ablutions, he never asked them, he never taught that theoretically. He asked them to bring water. He brought water to they brought water to Prophet Muhammad, and he started performing the ablution practically in their presence. That is a good example for us. And during the time of Salah, don't forget, Malaika Jibril alayhi salatu wasalam was descended to the Prophet Muhammad 2 times, and he led the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Prophet Muhammad followed him, and the companions followed. Look at the way Salu kama Rahaitu Musal. So pray the way you see me praying. You never say if you want to pray you recite Fatiha. If you want to pray you say Subhana Rabbil Ala. No. Pray this way you see me praying. I'm praying for you practically. That is what we are supposed to take to the class today. Practical. Then materials that I need, as my brother said, should be made available. Today, what we hear, what is called H2O. At times you ask your teacher, H2O, what does that mean? He cannot tell you it is water. Just ordinary water. Get water and that is H2O. They will be saying H2O. Why terminologies? Enough of terminologies. Let's get the real sense of what we are learning in the class. That is it for children. You know, some of the things, perhaps the teachers are not well equipped. Those are one of the problems, because some of the teachers, they find themselves accidental in teaching. They are not in teaching by the way of willingness. They under duress. That is as a stepping stone. Some people say as a stepping stone. Once I get another, I will leave the job because it is not lucrative. It cannot take care of my family. Then I cannot take care of myself. So why should I be teaching? So they don't teach. They don't teach with zeal. They don't teach with happiness. They are just teaching no passion for the job they are doing, and that is the problem. And who is responsible? The people in authority, because they are not just. They are not just. We should be just. Look at the Umar Radiyallahu Ta'ala anhu, as we are saying, he never took from the belongings from the treasury. He never took from the treasury. That was a day they said a barricade lantern. He went out and came back to discover one of his sons has lighted a barricade lantern, and he told him, go and extinguish that fire, because this barricade lantern belong to the public. It does not belong to our family. So as a result, he ordered the boy immediately. Today people are leaving government house, making away with the government properties, the official car they use in office that cannot be found in the secretariat again after they have left the office. And you people are saying the people who should be working, those that are working are left hunger. Those that are not working are enjoying. The first is the case.
I want to, please, we are coming to that one. I want us to take it from that place. Jubo pay to political office holders. They give them, even after passing, possibly somebody spending 3 years or 4 years in office. After leaving the office, the government will continue, the president will continue collecting money. They are adding more people to benefit. 4 years benefiting more than for life. Then they'll be changing their car, they'll be changing their house, wardrobe, and some other things like that from the territory that's what after leaving the office. Why government workers who have served for about 35 years, then they find it difficult to collect it. Then is it adlu in that one? I want you to look at that aspect.
A straightforward answer, there is no adlu in that, because the Prophet of Allah, or let me say Quran, preaches adlu in most time, and Allah always make it an emphasis. So it's a adilu or akrabuli takwa. If just is being put in place, it will forcefully move everyone to piety of Allah. If I'm being just in the office I serve, I will be forced either directly or indirectly to do it the way it should be done. And the reverse is the case. These people who are political office holders, they know that when they find the money to get there, they will have the benefit for life. And for this one, they take it as do or die after.
I appreciate the two of you. Pay you back in more than what you have you have spent on you have spent your knowledge and you have spent your time in coming here. Reward you abundantly. This is a convenient point. I want to tell everybody that their message this morning is that the government should be just, then the also should be just, and let us maintain that for education moves up, so that the country can be a worthwhile one for us. This is the convenient point to draw the curtain. By the grace of God, we are going to meet next week. Ma salam wa